Hello, hello. Welcome, League Zero Novice Division week. I believe this is 5. We got Fortunate Sons versus Rio Redemption. I'm Volcanor. I'm going to be your play-by-play for today. And
And
joining
I
me is...
and I'm Corbs. I'll be your color caster for today's matchup between Fortunate Sons and Rio Redemption.
All right. So the big storyline coming into this really is Rio's recent loss. That
Yeah, I was about to say Rio definitely did not look theirselves that game. And Geo kind of just exposed that. Like the thing is, Geo played with a lot more confidence than Rio, especially in that game. And I'm just very curious to see if Rio can redeem themselves in this game. No pun intended.
right. I mean, the main thing is going to be: is that going to put a chip on your shoulder? Is that going to cause you to play worse, knowing that you lost, or are you just going to brush it off? Say, okay, it was a one-time thing. It was still a close game. Go again. So we'll
Yeah,
see what happens to Rio with that.
yeah,
But both these
yeah.
lineups looking pretty similar to what we normally see so far. RQT, Polar, Gordo, TIE Fighter, Senile, Apple, and Sam Knight on Rio. Valhalla, T for 2, Red Knight, Vespa King, Emily, and Touch Unfortunate Sons.
And the thing with Fortunate Sons right now is that they're down Octo again. Octo is their like MVP candidate caliber, who opinion is probably like he has a chance to really run away with it. And seeing Emily come in again is very interesting. Unless I bet that Octo is not I bet Octo is just not available for tonight again.
I was about to say Octo's not in the lobby right now, so that gives us a little bit of a tale. It's probably not necessarily that that they want Emily over Octo. So we'll see. Again, not necessarily. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's just go with we'll see.
Yeah. And then with Fortunate Sons, they actually did have a couple of brand new pickups as well. So Vespi King actually did play off tank last year for Hyperflex, and then they just got picked up to Fortunate Sons recently. Like I believe it was either this week or last week.
7/26
And
was the
then
official date. So
yeah, 7/26. So it was literally this week. Actually, yeah, it was this week. And then Valhalla or Valerie, that as some of y'all might know him. It like they have been they recently got picked up in between these 2 weeks as well. And it looks like both teams are actually ready. We will be going into the lobby here shortly, and the first map we got is Busan. So the reason why I like Busan is because you can pretty much run all three of the basic comps, like downtown dive. What's the drum map? I'll just call it that. You can run like double shield bunker, and then mecha base. You can just pretty much run brawl because it's like a mini King's Row. So let's see.
right, and what Busan also lends itself to, especially the downtown map, is those sort of pocket picks. We can see the Widowmaker and Farah on the downtown map that we might not see on other maps of a similar nature. So definitely going to be interesting what we see as we are waiting 15 seconds until we get what they're gonna likely be rolling out of the gates with.
Honestly, with both these teams right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Fortunate Sons ran a Sombra Tracer kind of composition, and Rio goes over to like a more of a Shadow Dive composition. So actually, we will be seeing kind of like the Shadow Dive versus Shadow Dive. This is kind of like the June Joust meta in what's it called? The June Joust meta in the Overwatch League, where Fortunate Sons is opting for T for 2 on the Echo, and Rio will be opting for Polar on the Sombra. So very curious to see how these two teams will try to find value with Sombra's key ability being hack, and Echo is just having the like insane kill potential, I guess you can say.
Right, and this is exactly what we'll see these teams run out with. So no changes in spawn. And looking at what we might get Just some generic pokes going to be starting it off like it does in every Overwatch match, as RQT and Polar actually going down a little bit early, going low health, able to stay alive. Polar's in the back line, was able to translocate out. Vespiking getting hacked could be the start of something, and it looks like it might on a little bit, able to fade back to her team.
Yeah, look how fast CNL is getting up to a Coalescence. There it comes.
There it is, and Red Knight's almost at that Primal Rage, but it will be Valhalla, his teammate, the first to fall, and I don't know if you use Primal here if you're Red Knight. Well, you might now, because you just overlapped your beat and your Coalescence. So why not use it all?
Look at the health on the side of Rio, too. They're getting very low. They're just...
I mean, it works. The Coalescence works definitely in bringing down everyone, but it's unfortunate that you overlap your beat with it, as Sam Knight will use his own beat to get the rest of his team alive, but it doesn't work too well. Gordle's in Primo and almost dead will actually go down, and TIE Fighter fell as well during that beat.
RQT is going to touch, which is very interesting. He's just going to stagger himself even further. However, that was... and then same with the Stormer here, but... They're just coming, staggering the point. That was actually super smart on the side of the Rio. They did get an extra like 8 or 9% just based off of that. So that's pretty much like a fight win for them, despite them eventually losing that fight. So the thing is they have EMP and Blossom, which is going to be a huge combo, and they're going to have TIE Fighter's bomb here in like 7%. So pretty much by the time the next point starts, Touch is gonna have another beat here, so
Apple's gonna get that Coalescence. Already gained another 10% towards it, so Apple's gonna get that Coalescence early on too. There's the EMP, hits 4. We do see the Death Blossom, but RQT takes so much damage early on. TIE Fighter actually has to turn around, doesn't Defense Matrix him immediately, does eventually do so, keep him alive during the remainder of the Death Blossom, as Apple takes down 2 with the Coalescence and heals up the rest of his team. It looks like Rio might have this fight. It's just the D.Va and Lucio alive. But this isn't over yet, as Apple goes down 2.
Huge beat.
Huge beat from Touch as everyone comes back in. Vespiking able to stay alive because of that. Will eventually go down after getting hacked, or eventually get demeched after getting hacked. But stays alive and wins the fight. That beat was amazing.
Yeah, that beat definitely did come in clutch. Like, I think Touch went down relatively early in that last fight, as RQT did catch him out with the Death Blossom, and he was able just to come back, save his team at the perfect time. Now they have a Coalescence, so you know they won't be overlapping supportals. They can just go in with a Coal, but TIE Fighter does have the bomb to split him off. There goes Red Knight super deep, so they will be taking this engagement, and oh, what a great hack.
was never in mech. Wait, Vespiking got hacked out of mech recall.
He did.
Huge hack. Polar TIE Fighter goes down before being able to get up. Vespiking, as trying to remech, goes down as well, and it looks like Rio will actually get this. I don't want as well. I shouldn't say that too early. Valhalla takes down his partner in RQT, and there's still quite a bit of health left. Red Knight's the only one. Will point out.
Interesting from, I mean, you're already at 99, so that's like, you're just feeding the enemy ult charge at that point.
I'd say it's not like you're giving yourself any more point capture progress. You're going to lose this point anyways. Actually, Vespiking completely comes back out as Tifa takes a Sombra SMG.
Yeah, that pretty much farmed RQT's Death Blossom once again, and they're definitely going to have this Death Blossom EMP combo that just closes out the fight, and they have both support ults on top of that, so they do have.
This will be
excellent
opportunity to stack.
Huge EMP coming out.
That's a 6-man, and the Blossom's gonna get Tifa out of mech as he used the duplicate. Gets him out of D.Va form as well, but that's a kill and an ultimate for free. I mean, okay, not for free. You also used your Coalescence and Sound Barrier in that fight.
I mean, Coalescence is pretty much a third ability at this point, let's be honest, with how fast you can charge it. But it's still a huge disadvantage coming into the next fight. Emily's going to have her ult. On top of that, here comes the early beat. So.
I mean, it works great because you get that jump from Red Knight and Vespiking. They're still full health because of that beat. Coalescence come in, it takes Touch down. That's not what you needed especially now with your tanks finally getting out of the fight. Tifa solo, still surviving, finally goes down, but because of the attention on Tifa, Valhalla gets a 3K. And Fortunate take the point and very possibly the match. There's no thrusters on that D.Va anymore.
Yeah, Fortunate Son's coming out strong. I did question why they were deciding to use ults despite them being at 99. Like at that point, why wouldn't you just retreat and regroup? But for some, it just worked out for them, I guess. And so the thing is, it's like the thing that surprised me the most is just their overall decision making. Like, I'll be honest with you, it's both these teams are not making the best decisions. However, they are pretty much getting bailed out by some clutch plays from both sides as well. Like, so
especially the support lineups for both sides.
Oh no, the supports have been phenomenal this game. The thing, and yeah, the supports have been great this game as well. So, it looks like it will be a yeah.
Very
So
similar.
we're a mirror comp. Yeah, so
Yep,
it is going to be a yeah, so interesting enough here, they do take the Mega Health Pack room right away, which is actually smart, especially since you have the Sombra, and it also gives you high ground as well, so you can definitely look for your engagement here. Maybe try and force out an early fade if you can, but definitely not.
Well, with Gordo jumping on and Emily hacked, you could very likely force a fade. I think Emily had to use the fade in order to get out of that. Did not actually, in order to get out of that engage. Was able to just keep it. And similar falls from both teams. Both Winstons are falling, but with the Lucio and Reaper and now the D.Va mech gone from the
it's a TIE Fighter.
TIE Fighter.
Yeah, very interestingly enough, they're still trying to win over this point. And one thing I do want to point out: look at T42's ult charge. He already has an EMP, which is insane. Yeah, and he literally got it before Emily got her Coalescence, which is absurd. But the good news is, if you're on the side of Rio, is that you have a Death Blossom and a Coalescence of yourself. So if Senile is able to avoid the CMP, he can definitely keep his team sustained through the fight. However, it is going to be a daunting task just to avoid it.
Oh my gosh, he's perfect position right here.
Oh, that's huge.
5 of them, but doesn't get the Moira with the Coalescence.
Exactly. Unfortunately, RQT does get called out, so this is a... if I were Fortunate Sons, I would just steamroll this fight right here. Which, it looks like that's what they're doing.
Gonna steamroll this fight. I don't think they even have to use any ultimates here, which is smart. They're saving it. They basically... I mean, that was an EMP Coalescence fight win right there.
Exactly, but look at Rio's percentage. They're already at 69% going into this recapture attempt. So it's pretty much they have to win two fights in order just to win this part of the map.
Right.
And they have both DPS ults coming as well as a beat and a primal and potentially definitely a D.Va bomb by this next fight. But the good news is Fortunate Sons does have the ultimates to match, so that is good to see. And yeah,
I'm noticing Vespa King over here doing a good job of ult tracking. Is currently spy checking for Polar.
Yeah,
but not enough. Polar gets 3. The beat comes out and hits everyone except for Valhalla. It's too late, but it hits everyone. Emily's gonna go down from this hack, and. Do you think Rio just win this fight? I mean, Polar's down, but everything else going Rio's way right here.
Yeah, I'd say definitely Rio does win this fight. As they're just cleaning up right now. T42 does come back on the point. He's looking just to farm CMP because never mind, he just dies like the rest of them. I mean,
ult charge and point stall, you got up to 60%.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so he is at 81% right now, so that's gonna be probably their best win contention right there. Emily is definitely gonna get a Coalescence here by this next fight. But the thing is, they will have to go into the tank ults and a Coalescence of Rio's in order to actually win this fight. RQT does go on the flank. Interestingly,
they just go on to the point. They might cap this. Oh my, so close to capping. Almost back caps Rio Redemption. Well, not really back caps, but Rio almost C9 that point, and Oh, Valhalla got
Oh.
knocked off.
Nice
That's-
juggling.
Nice juggling. That's going to be this map of this map for Rio Redemption as they get a very clean team kill there.
Yeah.
It looked scary for a moment though.
It did look scary for a moment. They did forget about the point, but especially with the percentage that Rio has now had then, all they needed to do was just get a fight win, and then they would have just won the point overall. So it looks like we will be seeing CNOW go over to the BAP, which probably will indicate that they are going to go on Reinhardt. And yes, we do see Sim Maycomp, which is going to be a little bit fun to watch. It is the old summer showdown meta. Pretty much it is like a 6-man dive kind of thing where, yeah,
First microwave instead of making everything hot, it makes everything cold.
Exactly. But the thing is, they will be going against a Reaper Doom, so interesting call here. Yeah, Red Knight might not have a fun time, especially having a Doom punch him in the face like 15 times. Gordo does get walled off early. And
All right. Going in, touch gets Gordo instantly. That wall was huge. And that's just going to be the fight for Fortunate Sons.
yeah,
Just like that. There's no stopping it. Polar did a decent job getting into the back line on that Doomfist and disrupting it, but didn't get anyone actually into a wall with the punch. So dealt a little damage. They got healed right back up with the Baptiste, and that fight ended very fast.
Oh, Red's going in deep. Wow. Okay, that's very interesting, and Polar might not get out, but he does, luckily. So,
interesting wall from Valhalla, but we'll see. I don't know if that'll be used.
Oh, Shatter! Oh my.
It does.
Oh, but Polar's still carrying this fight.
Well, and he's gonna keep trying to, as Red Knight is trying to do what he can to take down the rest of the team. Just swinging the hammer wildly, almost as Polar's one hit does finally take him down. It is Red Knight!
Red Knight?
He tried to charge the BAP into the wall, but didn't have the power steering. Either way, this point is still in control of Fortunate Sons as of right now, and they're getting the respawns back. Finally goes over to Rio.
Yeah. Touch does go down. They're still looking to fight this.
T4's in the back line. That's a Blizzard in the middle of the entire Rio team.
Oh,
Vespa King went to Devo Bomb and fell right into the RQT's grasp.
yeah. I honestly have no idea. This is kind of like the first presidential debate of last year, which and it's literally red versus blue, and they're just dealing blows back to back to each other, and it's like I'm just confused, like what, like about some of these teams' decision making. So
Like this wall here, I mean,
it's smart.
it worked. As TIE Fighter's gonna get demec'd here. But Valhalla gets booped off the map! And there's one of your huge sources of damage, especially when you're facing off against this Reinhardt. Polar coming down with the fist. Trying to take down the Baptiste. Will do it with help from Gordo. And I don't think Rio has lost anyone. No, they haven't lost anyone this fight. They lost TIE Fighter's mech, that's it.
Yeah, Red is coming back onto the point, but to like what avail? He's just gonna die right away.
Well, this is the point. You're at 85%. Stall for 99.
Yes, that's very true. I completely forgot that with that. Yeah, so they are at 90% now. So,
and Vespa King's literally waiting in the hallway for Tifa to die. He's just waiting in line to get back on this point.
Yeah, that was actually a phenomenal stall from Fortunate Sons. Now they're pretty much only one fight away, and the good news is they do have self-destruct, and T4 can probably build up his Blizzard pretty quick. And knowing Red Knight, he's just going to charge into the enemy team and probably get a shatter from that. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Unless Gordo and TIE Fighter can combo these ultimates perfectly, and Sam Knight can get a perfect beat off, then this is definitely looking very grim for the side of Rio.
Whew. Red Knight a little bit low. Get all 6. That's that fight. It's gone.
Exactly.
Vespa King uses the self-destruct anyway. Does get Gordo, I think, while in Baby Diva form too. So you get something done, but now they're going to leave you and you're demacked.
Yeah, that was an interesting self-destruct, and long-range shatter doesn't find anyone despite being no shield. What?
I mean, that is the point where I wish you would have charged Red Knight. We'll see RQT use that Death Blossom, get frozen out of it, or get somehow knocked out of it late. But I don't think it matters at this point. That Death Blossom plus Gordo just wiped out Fortunate Sons. And we will see Rio Redemption take map 1.
Yeah, Rio overall just looked like I guess you can say they made less stupid decisions compared to Fortunate Sons, which, interestingly enough, we get to see a massive shatter coming out from Gordo here for the play of the game. That was an actual 6-man, Jesus. But like,
yes.
But he does get BB Diva in the back, so unlucky, I guess. But yeah, Rio just looked like a more organized team compared to Fortunate Sons. Like, the thing is, Red Knight would go in, he'd have like, I mean, he would have follow up, but the problem is like he would just like straight up pin in, I guess you can say, on Reinhardt, or just leap engage with Monkey, despite pretty much despite what's it called, despite like literally leaping in as Monkey, just being a throw pick right now, or a throw.
I mean, that last fight, not the last fight, but the one right after the play of the game we saw, everyone takes the teleporter from Fortunate Sons. Great, but Red Knight's the only one who walks left after that teleporter into the enemy team. It's a great idea. You're basically wrapping around the enemy team, but when your Reinhardt's the only one who does it, then it becomes less of a great idea. And I don't know if that's something that we don't know. Is that Red Knight not listening to the calls, or is that the rest of the team not following Red Knight? So
I definitely think, I know Red Knight is actually the Red Knight is the main shot caller on Fortunate Sons, so he pretty much gives all the pathing and all the comms and stuff. The problem is they're down their main ult tractor in Octo. Octo, I know, is phenomenal at calming ultimates. Like, I've heard him. His comms are probably some of the best in Novice. But the thing is, they're down him again, which it's definitely going to be very tough for Fortunate Sons to pull this out. In my opinion, Fortunate Sons with Octo in the lineup, even though, yes, Emily is doing great on the flex support, the problem, but I just think they need Octo in order to boost themselves up to that next level. And it's really been pretty much, that's what I've noticed with Fortunate Sons, is they kind of rely too heavily on him, and they play like he's in the lineup 24/7. So Red Knights has to keep note of that. But yeah, Emily has been doing a great job as well. So props to her. Great job. Keep it up. And it looks like Rio will be attacking first. So good news. We don't need to swap any sides. Thank goodness. Then also Vespi King and Valhalla with their debuts, they didn't look too bad. They actually looked pretty good.
I wonder if Vespa King's kind of going to take over that old position, because I noticed Vespa King on that Diva definitely spy checking, especially when Polar was close to the EMPs. Yeah, so I wonder if that's part of the hope, is that you get that second ult tracker with Vespa King.
Yeah, like having 2 ult trackers on your team is a blessing, because you can be like, oh, they have beat EMP, blah blah blah, and then you can be like, no, they don't have EMP. I forced out the Sombra early, for example, right? And it's just the thing is, it's also just nice to have more comms, especially in this division as well, where players just are like, haha, get kills, and rather than focusing on like actual macro strategy and overall just teamwork, I guess you can say. So pretty much what I've been noticing is DPS, like the DPS and supports have been bailing their teams out like a lot, and that has really come into play recently. And we are going to go to King's Row. So
one thing I wanted to mention before we get into this T for 2 and Intensu have swapped, so T for 2 is out from the DPS lineup of Fortunate Sons, and Intensu has taken that place.
Yeah, Intensu is T for 2 is actually more known for his Mei. Intensu is more known for like the other kind of like flex DPS characters, the more I guess you could say fragging ones. T for 2 is more known for like the technical ones, so like Mei, Sombra, kind of in that sense. And then
I mean, we saw him play Echo.
Yeah, and then Intensu is definitely more known for like kind of like more hit scan presence and Hanzo as well. And yeah, so Rio or Fortunate Sons kind of did run a double flex DPS comp. Meanwhile, Rio is sticking with the same exact sub, so they will actually same exact lineup. And interestingly, they will be running the Brawl v Volmir. However, the Fortunate Sons does have the Hanzo compared to the Kree on the side of Rio.
So Fortunate Sons are actually running the Sigma as well.
Yeah, that's actually smart as well, because you can have this Hanzo take high ground and not really get pressured by the DPS. So they will be going low. They are going to take this very long rotation, which is pretty common from what I've seen as well. So they pretty much just became the defenders, interestingly enough.
Yep, switching sides, going in, jumping down from up top. We're going to see a quick immortality field from Emily that gets taken down as both Reinhardts go, and Valhalla will be the next to fall. We'll see Intensu actually get a headshot, so that Hanzo going to work just like it's supposed to. No bugs at all.
Exactly. And that was actually super smart from Gordo to pressure out Red Knight like that, because pretty much the main tank, with the main tank going down that early on the side of defense especially, you have respawns literally like a skip, leap, and a hop away. So that was actually super smart, as well as the mobility from the D.Va. It can definitely outpace the Sigma. However, Sigma just has more defensive utility. So interesting drag.
You're right. Interesting dragon as Polar goes down. That immortality field not in time to save him, and it looks like Rio will kind of just do a simple reset here. But back to what you were talking about, you also get that. Oh, if a player dies, you suddenly turn it into a pincer, into a little sandwich.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, I was about to say, look at the ultimate comment. Oh, what a great rock too.
Gosh, Polar. That roll flashbang over the shield to get the advantage, but there's nothing too big to follow it up with. Touch beats 3 players.
Wait, no, it's still winnable.
It might work. Intensu using this Hanzo, it does works for now. RQT, the last one really left on point, will fall as Sam Knight trying to get out of there.
Yeah, but if I were Fortunate Sons, I'd get out right now. I would not be staying on that point, especially considering that it's like a... Oh.
Ooh. You got the Lucio too, so he'll get that sound barrier very quickly, heal everyone up. TIE Fighter, tattered, unable to move, and out of the fight for now?
It's still very much winnable for the side of Fortunate Sons. They're getting the kills.
Actually, I think they will win, Rio. And they're good Wonder DPS players, and it's a 4v3 right now. Valhalla walled off from taking down the D.Va.
Yeah, so they will have to wait for their main tank and their Lucio, but they get back quick. Ryan does have the pin for mobility, just for respawns as well, and but the thing is, they'll be at a bit of an ult disadvantage. Senile will be getting his window, but actually, never mind. They actually have matching ultimates. So here comes the Dragon very early. It does find Sam Knight, so that's huge.
Sam Knight. And RQT has to ice block to save his life in the middle of it, so he's frozen behind enemy lines. He'll actually end up trapping the Reinhardt Red Knight in there with Gordo. So a little bit of a win there. But everyone else goes down. You have to retreat.
Yeah, the good news. Interestingly
Both teams
enough, Touch is not really speeding back his tanks. Instead, he's just letting his DPS retreats. But Here comes a window coming out from Senile. Interestingly enough, maybe they tried to get the staggers in order just to avoid this fight on the corner here, but yeah, nothing really too much you can do with that. Here comes the window from Emily.
Oh, that's a
better than
huge fire
Senile.
strike. It brings both things to half health. Sam Knight sitting on the side a little bit. TIE Fighter's back. It gets touch. The shield was up. How did it get touch? Okay, 2 fights going on right now. One on the spawn side that's won by Apple, and one on front of the cart that's also won by Rio Redemption.
Okay, like the thing with Brawl is that you want to have your team play in a group. Why the heck would you have your Mei and D.Va flank to the side, as well as your, like if you're on the side of Rio, and as well as your Sigma and Mei flank on the other side, and that was a big blizzard coming out from Valhalla, but there's no follow-up.
There we go, grabbing on Flux, only gets the Reinhardt, but with a Immortality Field and a beat drop, he will stay alive.
Oh, what a boop!
He stepped out of the Immortality Field. The boop is huge, and it looks like Rio will actually end up winning this fight anyways. Red Knight alive for a little bit longer, almost gets booped off the map, does finally go down. So yes, Fortunate Sons will stall out this push a little bit longer.
And one thing I really want to point out there is Senile stayed alive through that entire fight, despite being literally on the same side as Fortunate Sons, as a Baptiste. And he was able to get his window off and just contribute a bit of damage, which really helped turn that fight for the better. Gordo does have a shatter here. Let's see if he'll use it a little bit more aggressively, I guess you can say.
Jumping in, and goes right into the shield. What? That might have been good. Red Knight's in the enemy line. He charged the Reinhardt immediately.
Yeah, first of all, why would you charge that if you're like...
Oh, huge blizzard
huge
from
blizzard coming
RQT.
through.
That's gonna be, the point will be captured. There's a boop. Yeah, so it's just the tanks on. The point will be captured at some point. It's just a matter of win at this point. As Vespucci gets knocked off.
Yeah,
so
that was a... yeah, the thing... why would you charge that, first of all? Like, I'm just confused with Red Knight's decision making, because it's the thing is like why would you charge it if you know they have a Mei? That's pretty much the Mei getting free value right there.
Literally, they gave Gordo every single thing he needed. They gave him Immortality Field. They walled the Reinhardts in together. They were giving him healing that Red Knight couldn't receive because had a wall behind him. Gordo got every bit of support from his team, and Red Knight just couldn't.
Yeah, Red Knight is definitely making some, I guess you could say, very interesting decisions, and it looks like we will be seeing a mirror comp coming out from both these teams.
And Red Knight plays like Bumper.
Yeah, Red Knight's pretty much Bumper without Twilight, I guess you can say. Twilight and Slime. So, and it's like, I'm still confused by his decision making, because it's just like why? First of all, why would you pin into a Mei? Like, and especially when your team can't really follow up as well. And it looks like they will be doing a little swapping around. So Valerie will be on the Mei and Intensu will be on the McCree. But yeah, I'm just confused. This decision making has really costed his team some maps. So hopefully he can make some better decisions here soon. They will be rotating through Hotel, so they will be taking this quickly.
Oh, that fire strike just nailed Valhalla in the face. And with a wall that the D.Va can't get through. Vespucci's trying to get through it and trying to defense Matrix through it, but can't reach Red Knight. Oh, and Valhalla is going to somehow get out alive.
That's a huge kill.
Gordo falls? How do you let that happen?
Literally, Intensu just rolled in and fanned the hammer on him, and that's literally like a 300 damage burst right there. Gordo did push up a little bit too far. If I were Rio, I'd just give up point ticks here. And Polar's on the flank. He does get Emily, which is actually kind of big, but he does fall down in the process. So they might have a re-engage on the side of Rio. Interestingly enough.
They'll have a small re-engage here, but Red Knight's doing an excellent job of holding that shield up, and that's really all he needed to do there. It was just blocking the Mei Ice Beam from hitting anyone. Just
Yeah,
holding that shield up and walking into the Mei Ice Beam is perfect job as a Reinhardt. Let the rest of your team free fire on the Mei.
exactly. And yeah, that was a great job by Intensu. Like I said earlier, the DPS is really bailing them out. Interestingly enough, they'll Touch will be the so support, like, kind of pushing up. If I were them, I would have had the Lucio is definitely better. Considering that Touch does have his ultimate already, so he won't be getting too much value.
I'd say that's probably what they're using it for, was because he had the ultimate.
Oh, nice lamp.
Excellent lamp, but it won't do too much for too long.
Yeah, and Red Knight, once again, as soon as the shield fell down, he did pin, so I'm just confused. Like, very confused. But the good news is they do have ultimates on the side of Fortunate Sons. The bad news is they have less ultimates than Rio Redemption right now, so it's definitely, let's see how they will use it. They do have the matching blizzards and the matching bombs, but Sam Knight
Red Knight's almost dead. Red Knight just got clipped, essentially. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's TIE Fighter with a phenomenal bomb on defense here. The good news, I guess, if you're on the side of Fortunate Sons, Red Knight can't get walled off for a little bit if he decides to push back to the choke, because that bomb did get the Mei, and they will have Shatter. But look at the ult economy on the side of Rio; it's nothing. The closest ult they have is High Noon, and I mean, even then, if he gets a couple shots, yeah, he's definitely gonna get it.
I will say, you can't really blame Red Knight on that. He walked in, got headshot by a Mei Icicle and Fan the Hammered, and now gets a two-man shatter. That could be huge. They will use the lamp. It gets immediately destroyed. Excellent job from Emily and the Lucio watching out for that. Gordo will go down. And here comes the High Noon through the amplification matrix into the Reinhardt shield, so it doesn't really do anything. And I think Fortunate Sons have this push, especially with the kill on the Sam Knight. I think Fortunate Sons have this point taken.
Yeah, and they will have about 4 minutes. Actually, 4 minutes and 20 seconds to push this final point. So
this is better than the time that Rio had. They're pushing it. Gordo's caught out.
But Red just goes down.
Oh, it was an excellent. I get the idea. I don't think it was a bad idea, but it didn't work out in the end. Because Red's right there. The spawn's right there. It's not like you have to run all the way back.
Yeah, that's true. That was a great idea just to avoid the fight. But the thing is, Red just pretty much gave up control to the side of Rio. Can't really push past the corner now because they do have the.
They just did it anyway. You know what you said about not pushing past the corner? We're just gonna do it anyways. Both Blizzards come out. Both of them capture. Really not much because everyone's backed off. But that just helps. Well, that kind of helps Fortunate Sons a little bit. They got the cart forward because it was on their side. We'll win this disengage fight. But I don't think you really mind that, especially if Vespa King stays up.
Yeah, Vespa King will. Yes, that is huge. That is going to provide Emily with enough support ult charge to definitely get her window by either this fight or
end of next fight.
Oh yeah, easily this fight. And this could be huge because they can just instantly burst down the shield of Gordo, so that way Red Knight can have a free shatter, pretty much. Also, don't forget about TIE Fighter's bomb as well. Here comes the bomb early.
We'll get Gordo. Sam Knight tries to. Oh no! That went so wrong so fast. Okay, so Rio will lose this fight. Sam Knight jumped in to boop the D.Va off the map and got killed by the remech.
Yeah, Gordo did not turn his shield away to block the bomb, interestingly enough. Maybe he was afraid of Red Knight's shatter, and he was able to get it for free. I guess.
Oh my gosh. So,
it was that shatter.
Oh, massive shatter, but nothing followed up yet. Valhalla is the only one low. Now Emily goes low. Polar gets 2 with the Deadeye. And that will be Rio holding on to this point just a bit longer.
Yeah, that was an excellent. Yeah, that was an excellent shatter coming out from Gordo. The thing is, I'm was just gonna run this guessing and say, and he was able just to find 3, which forced out an early lamp, and really swung the team fight. Now they have a blizzard, a window, and another shatter from Gordo. So Gordo was able to farm up another one.
Holy
comes an
cow!
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, Red Knight on the side, trying to get a little bit of a flank. Oh, that blizzard's pretty large, actually. I think it will freeze Gordo, and it took out the lamp. High Noon comes out from Polar. That's got to do something. It takes down Touch, but that might not be enough. Red Knight and Valhalla are gone.
Oh, another one!
No!
Another one!
No, Vespa
Sam
King!
Knight!
The fight was won. Oh, the remake gets canceled.
Yeah, this is...
Oh,
Wow, Polar does come back on the Tracer, and they're gonna have a better time bank than... They're gonna have a better time, or a worse time bank than Rio. How?
that fight was won, but Sam Knight gets 2 boops, and I think TIE Fighter got another a boop himself. Oh,
they spot Gordo. Never mind. He was gonna do the funny thing where he flank shatter, but the team now doesn't have a shield, so it's gonna be really rough.
They do get the shield in time for it to block Intetsu's Deadeye. Oh, Vespa King. Oh, how did Gordo live?
Oh.
Gordo was off the map and charged back onto it.
Interesting beat coming out from Sam Knight, but like...
That was a fat finger.
Yeah, it was definitely a fat finger. It was, and now, but the thing... it's
Touch
gonna be an ultless fight now, so... Yeah, Touch is definitely gonna be able to touch, no pun intended. Yeah, so there comes Touch right onto the point, but he does sacrifice himself for it. Same with Emily. So they're going to be down supports going to this fight.
No support. No Red Knight. It's over.
Yeah,
Rio Redemption take map 2. Off of some very good boops.
Yeah, Sam Knight definitely did come in clutch on the side of Rio Redemption. Although that beat was questionable, those boops were absolutely massive, and that just allowed them to really turn. Speaking of which, here it is. Play the game.
I still don't understand how Gordo charged himself from off the map back onto it.
Exactly.
There's one, and so Red Knight did get knocked in by TIE Fighter, so there was a series of 3 boops from the side of Rio that saved the map.
Exactly. And, yeah, Senile Apple doing a great job keeping up his tanks in the fight as well. So there we go. King's Row is now done. Rio is up 2-0. Unfortunately, we do not have an analyst for this stream. I know, boo-hoo. But the thing is, Fortunate Sons. Rio has been making, I guess you can say, less questionable decisions than Fortunate Sons. I wouldn't be surprised if I were to see kind of like a roster overall, like kind of like a couple people's come in for Fortunate Sons, because yeah, that was just why
it didn't look too bad. I mean, I think the Intetsu swap worked great, and part of that is, again, Tifa doesn't necessarily play the Hanzo. So part of that isn't Tifa's like being worse than Intetsu. No, that's just your character pool. I think that was a great swap for this map, though. And Valhalla didn't look bad on the Mei either. I don't think.
Yeah, Valhalla did not look bad on the Mei. They will be subbing Tifa back in, so they are going to play a more aggressive dive kind of comp. Red Knight will be going back to his Winston, more than likely as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were to run Lucio Mora on the side of Fortunate Sons.
It is Watch Point, I believe. So yes, it is Watch Point Gibraltar. So again, we very likely won't see that Reinhardt on the first part of Watch Point.
And yeah, usually with Watch Point, it's either a steamroll, you get stuck at first, or you get stuck at second. There's pretty much no way between it. It looks like Rio will be staying on the attack as well, so they just really want to hammer this in, show that they are the better team, and yeah. So let's and yeah, it's just the decision making from Fortunate Sons has just been highly questionable as well. So Not sure what's going on with the comms or whatever. Maybe Red Knight saying something and the team's not really following up, but yeah, I'd say and ironically, despite the scoreline, it's been super, super close. Like if you look at the first map, it was 2-1 with like the final 2 points going 99-99 pretty much, and Kings Row being a team fight away from draw. Well, like I guess you can say
From going to the next set.
yeah. You know what I'm talking about, but but yeah. So
And I don't want to say we're picking on Fortunate Sons, we're picking out all these things from Fortunate Sons, but the thing is, with how close these matches have been, if you fix one or two of these things we're pointing out, you win this.
easily.
So that's one of the reasons why we're kind of harping on Fortunate Sons here, is because of how close it is.
Exactly. They just need to fix their decisions. Like maybe have maybe try not to be as aggressive, especially if you lose one of your players, because Brawl pretty much if you don't if you don't function as a unit as Brawl, then why not play like a ball comp where you can just function individually and still get skill? Like, sure, the Tracer and the ball will still need teamwork, and then Sombra you can follow up on hacks as well. But like, but even then, you can play a little bit more individual as well, and just focus on getting kills rather than focus on I guess you can say focus on playing as a team. So very interesting decisions coming out from Fortunate, but Rio, and same with Rio. So it's really been a battle, and so far that's been Rio.
Right. It's close. It's close, but there's things that need to be fixed for both teams. A little bit more that needs to be fixed for Fortunate Sons.
Yep. It looks like Fortunate Sons is ready. We're just waiting for the R from Rio. Obviously, production's ready. We're ready to go into this map. Hopefully.
Always ready.
Yep, there you go. They're ready. They're all ready. And here we are. We're going into the map finally. Watchpoint Gibraltar. Would not be surprised to see a Winston comp here. Like, to be honest.
Let's be real. There's a reason the Winston cinematic was made on this map.
Exactly. Literally the Winston. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised to see a Reaper, because Tracer is a little bit difficult to play. However, Tifer does play the Tracer on the side of Fortunate Sons. So hopefully we get to see that. And then yeah, Valerie did play a lot of Sombra last season, so definitely very interesting to see. Yeah, actually, we will be seeing Tifa on the Echo, and Touch will be on the Mercy. So I guess they will be pocketing the Echo, and Valerie will be on the Tracer. And then Emily is going to be on that on the Ana. So let's see how that'll work. Obviously Rio's kind of teasing a comp. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Sim early here, just to TP to the other side, maybe get your supports on that high ground right there, because that could be key for them to actually. But yeah, I was about to say that could be key for them, just to get a cross angle and heal up their tanks as well. And yeah, RQT will be staying on the Genji, so they will be trying to have that win condition of Nano Blade. So smart decision making from Rio here, just to actually fight with the win condition. And yeah, Polar does go into the Tracer,
okay.
So their main goal.
I didn't want to say anything until I saw that. I didn't want to say anything until I saw Polar switch off of that. Oh, if Tifa throws some more bombs in there, he's going to get duplicate very fast. Already at 40%. He's kind of having free reign. There's nothing to stop him. There's no hit scan except for the Tracer, and if he just stays far enough away, it's fine. And look, there's more bombs, and
what a huge
anti-nade. Oh, that Genji's so low. We'll see if RQT does get to the health pack. Yes, he does. And
they're really split up 3-3 right now.
They are, and well, actually, unfortunately for that, your Mercy and Echo were alone. So Rio just chose to single them out. Or double them out?
Yeah.
I don't know how that works when there's two people.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, they pretty much decided to isolate them and just win the fight based off like Senile could be is going down very low here. But you know they got Brig. Brig's pretty much your best pairing with Ana because if you a Brig and an Ana, it's really difficult to kill, especially if you're not coordinated at all. And they will have a Nano and Primal here as well as a Pulse Bomb. So Polar definitely like 30% ahead of Valerie in terms of like the Pulse Bomb as well. Gordo's getting pressured a lot. Oh,
Gordo jumped up there. He did that earlier and got support from his team, but now that the cart's underneath the airship, he couldn't get support as easily, I think. So he just falls super early.
Yeah,
and Red Knight's just in a Primal.
Yeah, interesting Primal coming out from Red Knight, but look at the ult economy on the side of Rio. I'll be honest with you.
Everything.
Exactly, and same with Fortunate Sons. The only ult you don't have is Primal, and so this could be a very, very fun fight to watch. We could see a Nano Blade come out. We could see like maybe a Valkyrie and a Nano to come out to counter the Nano Blade, I guess you can say, and then a Pulse Bomb as well, maybe to find an early kill on the Nano. Red Knight does go in very early.
Oh, he's nanoed though. Both Winstons are nanoed actually, as we actually see Tifa also use the Duplicate to change into the D.Va. And here's the Blade, the Genji Blade without the Nano. So it's gonna get one person that's immediately gonna get rezzed.
Yeah, Gordo pops the Primal there very late, and but that's a huge kill on the Valerie. That could allow them to push up, and
Touch falls down too. Both supports are gone. Tifa goes down with that. Red Knight's in this corner, and there's a rally that's gonna mean he's not getting out alive.
Yeah, interesting decision making coming out from Vespi using the bomb there. Like maybe you could definitely have it by your next engage, I guess, but like even then, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to contest the point, and yeah, it looks like they will be able to get the contest off. Luckily, Red does jump in, Touch does go down right away, so that's gonna be a
Tifa.
Oh, nice eat.
That was an excellent eat from Vespa King. We're seeing new player pull his weight already. TIE Fighter trying to clean up. Vespa King, last one on point. And Fortunate Sons, I saw this on the right side. Don't think I didn't see it. Can you stop having your supports frontline?
Oh, yeah, no.
Your Ana was standing in front of your Brig, who was standing in front of your D.Va. Like
that. Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed too. Touch is playing super aggressive on this Brig, and the problem is he's just getting caught out.
And Emily was standing in front of Touch.
Like, what? That interesting decision making. I mean, I guess they were trying to bait the tanks in, maybe, so that way. Here, speaking of which, nice
bait for the tanks.
boop. Yeah.
Ooh, Tifa gets the Ana, and that Brig, Sam Knight's out of the fight, but with a blade does go down.
No.
You let him do it to you, and you used the Pulse Bomb.
I do not know why Red Knight popped Primal there. I mean, sure, it's gonna kill Sam Knight.
At this point, your spawn is close enough that this is a viable stall tactic. You already have your Brig and Tracer back.
Well, yeah, and huge stick coming onto Emily, so this is gonna be absolutely massive.
RQT's gone.
Oh, but yeah, both DPS go down. If I were Rio, I'd just retreat right here. TIE Fighter, I just stand still and die. Yeah.
I mean, TIE Fighter's out of mech. Here's the thing, they don't have to kill you. You're not gonna push the cart. They don't have to kill you. They finally do, because he almost kills Valhalla. That's a huge stagger.
Yeah, that was a great stagger on the side of Fortunate Sons. That's pretty much just allowed him to skip another fight if they were
another fight. Yeah,
exactly. And huge nade coming onto Emily.
Oh, Emily might go down. Does stay alive. The rally keeps Emily alive, and Tifa wins out on the Echo battle with the stickies. That's an interesting way to win it. Normally you see the beam being the finish, not the stickies. Vespa King trying to do what they do best, taking out supports with that mech. Valhalla goes back to spawn.
Yeah, that was an excellent duplicate coming out onto Tifa 2 as well, because what he did was he actually put Senile Apple in range of the bomb, so that way he could just finish him off early, as well as he got the kill as well. He got the kill onto Sam Knight as well. So that was a phenomenal duke coming out as well. And the good news is they do have another Primal Rage they have to deal with as well with Red Knights. But TIE Fighter, so TIE Fighter does have his bomb, and let's see if he'll just toss it in the back because.
I think that's how you open this. I think that's the only way you really open this fight. That as long as there is a break.
Oh, nice hit again!
Vespa King eats the bomb. Oh my gosh. Touch will go down, but Tifa again wins the Echo battle. This room is a kill house, but Red Knight's primaled, so he's not going to go down anytime soon. We'll get a bomb coming out from TIE Fighter.
It gets again.
Free Mech gets another, and Vespa King's out of mech now. So we'll see Rio Redemption finally break through this. Touch will go down. Tifa's still doing the one-on-one Echo thing. Finally goes down. 55 seconds. They're going to try to push out at the same time. They got people coming out from both doors. We'll see the duplicate coming out. RQT's already going to have that bomb and is going to use it. Touch is going to live through it, but he backs into spawn and he's not going to... Oh my gosh, Valhalla Barry gets on point. Save that. Tifa's nanoed. This could be huge. Does get Polar, does get TIE Fighter out of mech. Sam Knight shield bashes Tifa, and the point is finally captured. A good 30 seconds after probably should have been.
Absolutely. One thing I do want to point out as well, Sam Knight had probably the boop of the year onto the Tracer, Valhalla's Tracer, and like it made them miss the pulse bomb. That was like it was gonna stick onto the tanks like guaranteed pretty much, but the boop it just put it off to the side. On like that, honestly, Sam Knight, if you're watching this. Inspirational.
Sam Knight might be the carry of the team today.
Yeah, no, Sam Knight's popping off on this brig. They're getting rally after rally after rally, and it really does show. So RQT will be on the Ash. Keep in mind there are some hit scan nerfs that did happen. Ash now has a 30% damage fall off. 30%. Down from like 50%. So she will be doing a little bit less damage at range, but RQT is still phenomenal on this Ash. So I wouldn't be surprised if he were to like farm Bob here super quick. It looks like Tifa is going to try the same strategy as Rio as well, where they just TP to the other side and then go in. And then I wouldn't be surprised if like they just had the Tracer push the cart or something, or the Diva even.
Yeah, you don't say Tifa's not going to stay on the Symmetra. He's probably going to go swap over to the Echo.
Oh, for sure.
Just do the TP over to that point real quick and goes back into spawn, changes to the Echo.
Yeah, there you go. And there's the Tracer pushing the cart like we predicted.
This Dynamite could be huge against these tanks though. And remember, Ash can still one-shot headshot Tracer from a decent range.
Exactly. Early recall forced out from Polar, so that's gonna be if I were Fortune Sons, I kind of would have jumped on the opportunity as well because that could be huge. They do jump on the opportunity. Polar does use the back line.
They know he's there. Touch is jumping down onto him. They are going for this, and Gordo has to jump in to save his Tracer's life. Does get out with 87 health as TIE Fighter gets slept. And it does come out as a net gain for Rio, but that was dangerous.
Yeah, Polar lived. Polar lived through all that as well, which is actually huge, and that pretty much just exposed a lane for RQT to land a clutch dynamite onto Tifa. Tifa's only had 21% ult charge, and it's already been a minute, so that was a phenomenal kill as well.
From your Echo.
Exactly.
Well, this entire time, the card is still being pushed. Now we finally have it stop pushing as there's a Tracer 1v1 that Valhalla wins, so he has the free reign on this backline now.
Exactly.
And he's going to take advantage of it. He's trying to take down RQT with Tifa. Will do so. The supports are next. Senile goes down, and Fortunate Sons win this, and smartly Gordo kept asleep, so he'll be staggered as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're gonna have Nano for this next engage as well, so they can definitely Nano Gordo, and then if RQT lands another solid Dynamite, he can definitely farm a Bob as well to contest the point. But Bob is pretty much like a Ryan before the, like a Ryan before the patch, yeah. And And here comes an early Primal coming out from Red Knight in the back line.
I mean, if it disrupts the supports, it could work very well. Polar and RQT are both very low, and TIE Fighter had to get nanoed. RQT will go down to the Primal, and Polar still isn't being healed. Gordo's gonna go down, so I think that disruption in the back worked pretty well. TIE Fighter trying to use Bomb, get something done. Unable to, and doesn't get the remake kill. Tried, went for it.
Yeah, he went for it, but unfortunately to no avail. So Rio is able to get the first point. Unfortunately, Gordo might be caught out in the open here soon. Yeah. But he's probably
back.
He's gonna get back though.
King is farming damage points. That's what's happening right now. Oh, Red Knight.
Red Knight goes in deep though. That's interesting.
Red Knight jumped in. He wanted Gordo dead.
Oh no, I know these two have some beef with each other. Let's be honest. But yeah, so Gordo does primal here.
Red Knight's anti, that could be pretty large, but he's able to actually jump away from the fight. Emily will be the one going down. As this fight is all happening away from the cart, there is a Bob near the cart. Tifa gets a double kill with the bomb that he's transformed into. Polar wins the Tracer 1v1, so now there's no one on the cart, and Polar has free reign in the back line, and he will use it to help take down Tifa too.
Yep, and look at this. There is absolutely zero cart progress going on right now. Honestly.
Vespa King's D-Mech.
Oh no.
Slept. He's gonna get shield bashed. You have to know that.
Or no,
okay, he got whip shotted.
Yep, same thing pretty much.
Okay, look, cart progress.
Yeah, very little because Rio does have a super high mobility comp and they can just, recontest. Polar does have the pulse bomb. Vespi has been doing a great job eating him though, so hopefully Vespi can eat this one, maybe save a support life or two as well. Right. And Senile does have the nano as well, so they can just farm up another primal just in case the pulse bomb does not go well.
Yo,
there it is again! They ate it!
Yo, oh my gosh! He's gotta be like showing these pulse bombs. He's gotta be saying, "Hey, I have pulse bomb. I'm throwing it and then throwing it." With how many Vespa King is eating.
Yeah, the thing with Polar is that he's just constantly blinking in the backline, and Vespi sees this, but that's a big trade. If you're on the side
I think it goes in, yeah, I think that goes in favor of Fortunate Sons, especially with the fact that that Tifa can get back pretty quickly, especially compared to the Ana. And Valhalla's pulse bomb doesn't get eaten, so it'll be cleanup.
Yeah, great job. Honestly, phenomenal job by Vespi once again, like sniffing out this Tracer as well. Like Polar is definitely kind of giving it away a little bit by blinking towards the backline, and Vespi's just noticing that and just holding right click because haha diva.
Oh my gosh, I didn't see the Tracer on the other side. I thought they were just gonna cap. RQT just falls?
Lag.
Okay, had to have been a disconnect. Had to have been a disconnect, but that's super unfortunate. Yep, there he goes.
Yep.
That's so unfortunate. RQT. Oh no.
Yeah. And here we go. We are just chilling back once again. All right, Abraxas, you probably have a clock going on. Yeah, there you go. Or Eagle does as well. So. Yeah, we are in a bit of a pause right now. RQD has disconnected. And it looks like
we're gonna assume disconnected before falling off the map.
Yeah,
and hopefully not after falling off the map.
Yeah, I mean that was he might have tried to go up the stairs. When he turned right, he just kept going right and kept falling and kept. Yeah. The good news is though they do have primal, so they can definitely recontest this still. And Emily is purple, so maybe primal up top have your diva contest still. But
the only issue I see with that is Emily has nano, so if Gordo goes primal, someone's gonna get this nano.
Oh, absolutely.
And as long as it's not.
I mean,
actually, I don't see anyone bad it could go on. As long as the Ana doesn't nano herself, I don't think you could do that yet. But as long as the Ana doesn't nano herself,
yeah, you're fine.
We've chosen a good target with
exactly. Exactly. With a Tracer, it's kind of like a more annoying ant, I guess you can say. Like if she becomes an ant to like a fire ant. Echo, her kill potential is just through the roof. Winston, farming primal, just shock the entire team. I'd say the worst target is actually Vespi because D.Va is kind of ahead with Nano. I mean, the burst combo is obviously more lethal, but the thing with Brig is if you get a Nano and a rally, it's Brig can literally 4-shot your supports while giving your entire team armor and healing your team on top of that.
Good news. Touches at 30%, so we're not going to have that.
Yeah, so we're not going to have that, but if I were Emily, one of the only 3 targets I would Nano definitely is
I mean, the other option, you said Vesp is a bad target, and I do agree at this point that we're at, but nanoing a tank's never a bad idea.
Yes,
it just makes them more tanky.
That is very, very true. There he is. RQT is back. Thank goodness.
All right, so RQT is back. What this will mean, I believe, is RQT will not have his... I believe he won't have his ultimate charge either, so I don't know what that was at, but probably won't have that, and won't be in this fight because he's dead.
Oh no. Actually no, he's gonna respawn even sooner. Here comes the bomb coming out. It doesn't find anyone. Tanks are getting very low, so
TIE Fighter gets almost killed with the bomb, and then Emily just finishes it up. Gordo uses that primal and is actually doing an excellent job. So we do see the Nano go on to Vespiking. I think that might have been a panic. Let me just hit it onto someone, Nano. Again, you don't have many bad targets in this comp. So
yeah, that's very true.
Polar gets a pulse bomb off.
Yeah, Sam Knight with another rally. Here it comes. And that is a huge purple coming out from Emily.
Oh, that's got to be... Someone's got to follow up on it, and no one's there to do so.
Yeah, that rally coming out from Sam Knight saved his team's life. So, definitely mad props to Sam Knight there for that rally. Despite the anti going on, there's little to no follow-up. The good news is if you're on the side of Fortunate is that you're gonna have Primal here, unless Red Knight goes down early. But he's probably just giving a support charge.
You got 10 seconds though. That's the unfortunate part is you can't lose this fight.
Oh no, Red's gonna touch. Yeah, but touch goes down.
Touch, but you can't lose it. Emily goes down. That's both your supports gone. Red Knight's got to get something huge done with this primal. Don't think he will. RQT gets the duplicate off onto the D.Va. Gonna get that bomb quickly, and Polar is saving his pulse bomb for when Vespiking isn't in mech, which he's not.
Oh, huge bomb for
and now he's dead, so this is the perfect time to use it.
And
who's still alive? It's Valhalla was still alive. Emily, Touch will be able to get back on this point on the...
Yeah, and then Emily's on the Lucio, and not for long,
Emily can survive long enough. Nope.
Nah, nope. Well, GG's. It looks like it is a... Yep, it was a 3-0 on the side of Rio. And Fortunate Sons doesn't even get to show us the play of the game because they just are like, we dipping. But...
Do you blame them after that last fight? They started it in a 5v6.
Yeah, that's true. That was relatively rough, I guess you can say. I mean, I'd say definitely Rio just looked like the better team. They made better decision makings, and Fortunate Sons definitely had a hang on one second. Let me here. Let's get Sam Knight. You want Sam Knight for the interview?
Yeah. Yeah. Rent a coach diff.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna real quick, we're gonna need a member of staff just to drag Sam Knight into the lobby. Let me just ping someone real quick, just be like I mean, we can go to a break for now. Anyways, when we come back, we're gonna have Sam Knight back in the lobby for you, all ready to go. So looks like the other game is over as well. Just ping a member of staff, and yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of League Zero. Once again, we just had a game. Rio Redemption won 3-0, of course. And we actually have the main support from Rio for the interview and Sam Knight. Sam Knight, first of all, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. But it was a team effort, so I'd like to also pass that thanks along to the rest of my team because everyone played really well.
I 100% agree. And then also, you had phenomenal rallies that helped come out and really did bolster your team as well. Like one rally I do want to point out is the final fight on this. Like actually no, the second to last fight on Gibraltar where
RQT disconnect.
Yeah, the RQT disconnect, and then you had the rally as well. So who would you say on Fortunate Sons gave you kind of like the biggest issue overall?
Their newest pickup, Vespi King, very good deal.
I could answer that.
GTS, yeah.
How was Polar feeling not being able to use his ultimate?
Yeah, a lot of our fight plans definitely went around of like, let's lock down the D.Va, let's punish this D.Va, and it went out pretty successful, but definitely a run for our money on some maps.
Yeah, for sure, and also like with map 1, it was actually super close. Like, what kind of adjustments did you guys make in that map just to like really give you guys the edge in order to take it from Fortunate Sons?
We got a little bit unlucky, I guess I'll say, just because the Rhine map didn't come up until third, and that we've been practicing our rush a lot, our Rhine rush a whole bunch, because that's what Geo really like slammed into us. So we wanted to make sure that a lot of our coaching time and scrim time was committed to that. So we weren't super practiced on the monkey comps. And then going into round 2, we just worked a little bit better with how we were cycling our ults, and I think it paid off really well.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, honestly, you guys cycled your ults perfectly. The only time that was really scary was when you all had 6 ults, and I thought you were gonna blow them all at once. But yeah, good job with ult management. Volcanor, do you have any questions for Sam Knight?
Did you think you were going to have to go into extra rounds in King's Row?
We felt pretty confident with our time bank. It got a little bit iffy, but we had a good ult bank going back into that overtime, or not overtime push, but our recontest right before they finished. So a lot of the calls were just like, remain calm, let's keep our targets focused, things like that. So a lot of it was just like, throw away the nerves, play our game, and we know that we can beat their team. A little bit of Red Knight in our backline helps, but we played well.
Ooh, okay. I don't know about you. I smell some beef though.
We're all the ones who started it. He seems to he was right. It was a 3-0. I just think he messed up the teams.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is gonna get interesting.
Very interesting. I mean, yeah, I remember Countdown a couple weeks ago was super interesting. We had Red Knight and Gordo, and I was about to say, ironically, both of them lost that week, despite all the crap they were talking. Anyways, Volcanor, do you have any more questions by any chance?
I do not.
Okay, and then last question. Pineapples on pizza, yes or no? There's only one right answer.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, thank you so much for answering correctly. So you will be a guest on Countdown in the future. Really appreciate it.
I see it's a fair process. No favoritism.
Yes, absolutely zero favoritism whatsoever. But yeah, so anyways, congrats on the win. Go ahead and go celebrate with your team, man.
Thank you. Yep. See you guys.
See you.
Bye.
Well, Volcanor kind of went the way that I expected it. Even though it was a little bit closer, Rio kind of just kept the ball rolling throughout the entire match. So good for them.
Yep. I mean, Fortunate Sons definitely have some things they can work on to improve. They could look a lot better if they work on those things, but mysterious door. This game was kind of this game was a Rio sweep. So
what is it with my family and walking in while I'm casting, especially when we're on cams? This is
perfect timing.
Perfect timing every single time. Exactly. Anyways, that'll conclude it for the rest of the night. My name has been Corbs, and I've been joined by Vulcaner. And as the commissioner once said, don't get tilted. Have a great